Hi guys, welcome to the next video. So I was really excited to do this because I have beauty glazed eyeshadow palettes for a long time, and I've had them in peach and satin, and I think I've kind of talked about them in various videos, but this is what they look like. They're the little mini palettes. These two look super similar, which I didn't realize, but I wanted to do a tutorial with these guys because I think they're really good. I think they're very good value for money. I do think there may be possibly they may be dupes for the Huda Beauty quads too. I'm not quite sure the obsessions and the neutrals, but I got them in peach and satin, so there's more warmer colours. Some of them have glitters to them. So this is peach, and it's beautiful. Look, just gorgeous colours there, guys. You can get so many looks out of that, and you've got your glitters too. I think you get summer looks out of that too, maybe some spring here too. And then I'm keeping this up on purpose. This is satin. I'm going to show you. Now, I didn't realise that they were so similar, and this is satin, if you have a look. So this is, you've got your deeper maroons for sure. So that's what they look like. So I wanted to do an eyeshadow look with these today. I'm not sure if I'll do lashes. I'm going to be using my Day to Night mascara anyway from Maybelline. Or is it even, yes it is, it's Rimmel, sorry, Day to Night. I love this so much. So yes, I've got all my skincare except my moisturizer, and what I'm going to use today for a, got my brushes here. All I want to do today for a primer is use my Exler oil from Queso. So that's what we're going to do. And I will speed up the foundation application because I think you guys know at this point what I do. And I know it does take up a lot of the process of the video, so not everybody has time to watch that. So I really just think these colors are gorgeous, guys. I mean, I love those burnt maroons, those pinks. Today, the purpose of kind of fast forwarding the kind of foundation, that kind of thing, is just to give more time. So that you don't have to kind of look at such a long video. So all I'm doing is I've mixed in the Queso and my moisturizer. One is going to act as my SPF, and the other one's going to be my primer. Exler oil from Queso is amazing. I've used it on my skin, I've used it on my hair, in the ends of my hair. And the pictures, when my makeup is on, I'm going to go and blow dry my hair straight, and that's what the pictures will look like. I just haven't had a chance to do it beforehand. So yes, I'm just popping on my moisturizer. So I've used the Nivea Sensitive, and it's their calming, free from perfume, 24-hour grapeseed oil. And then I've got the Queso, which you guys know I love, Exler, Fug, and Fig, even, and Mulberry. So what we'll do now is I'll stop it here, and I will continue, but it'll be fast forwarded, and that's just with my foundation and my concealer and things like that. Okay, so I've done that now. I've got my foundation, concealer. We've used our Rimmel matte maker for my setting powder. So now I just want to go in and do the brows. And I'm going to be using today is the Brow This Way from Rimmel. And you get a little brush with it there too, which we are going to use. And I'm really excited to try these colours because I think they're so affordable. Beauty Glazed as a brand in general are really affordable. And it's kind of worth stocking up, especially when they're like little compacts as well. You can kind of travel wise, you can bring them around, which I really like. I'll pop up these pictures on Instagram and Facebook as well, and I'm literally just following my natural shape. Coming off on camera a lot lighter brown than it actually is in the mirror. It's interesting. It's a lot dark. It almost looks a little bit reddish. It certainly isn't red, guys. It's really unusual. Maybe it's the lighting. But it's definitely brown, guys. Take my word for it. It's brown. Interesting. It's definitely brown. Okay, so I've just gotten and followed the line. I haven't put it anywhere it shouldn't be. And I know from experience, their Rimmel lasting brow this way really does last throughout the day. Especially with the job I have and things like that, it's always on my mind, you know, to make sure that something lasts, and this definitely does. So, and it is one of those genuine good quality brushes too. I don't tend to use the brushes you get with these things, but this is good quality. It's good brushes, not too thick, not too soft, really, really good. So yeah, so this was medium brown, and it's definitely coming off normal color, as I would say, in the mirror. But looking at it, maybe it's the lighting just making it look a little bit reddish. So, okay, I'm just going to take a drink. I've just made my own fruit smoothie, frozen fruits and some uplift in there. Okay, so we've done that. So now I want to kind of focus very quickly on our contour and our blush, which again, I'm thinking of time, obviously, and I do realize my videos are starting to become very long, so I just wanted to kind of do time saving. So this is Kiko Milano. This will be my bronzer and my blush. I'm absolutely loving Kiko Milano at the minute. I love their foundations too. I have one of their foundations as well that I haven't used today, but I will at some point. And this is what this looks like. This is just 01. It does look, and I think I've said that before, it does look light, but you do build it up. It's buildable. So I'm going to get this is my e.l.f. bronzing brush, and really good product as well, the brushes. And all I'm going to do is start from the hairline and just go around. Always make sure it's in the hairline and that there's no gaps in between here, which is easy to do. It's an easy mistake to do because you do your obviously you're around this area in the hairline, and then you stop and then you go in and look here. So always just make sure they link up together. This is definitely something buildable, which I actually, at the start, I think I wasn't so sure if I liked the fact that it was so light, but it's better off starting off light. And don't be afraid to bring that down too. It's better off starting off light than anything else. Okay, so we're bringing that down, and you can always use a clean buffing brush, which I tend to do with a lot of products on people and on myself. I buff out the colour with a buffing brush, and now what I'm going to do is just do that now, and what we're going to do is use a clean brush here, and all I'm doing is kind of setting it all. Basically, it's like setting it really. And this is my Nevetscu brush. They're a really good brand. They're available on Amazon. I am on the lookout for a new brush set. Okay, so that's just kind of warmed it up a little bit on the skin, made it look a bit more natural. And we've left room for our blush as well. I'm loving this colour blush that I'm going to show you. It's a deeper blush, it's not light, but I do like the deeper blushes. So what we're going to do now is go in, and again, these weren't named. This is just Unlimited Blush even 06, so they're all numbered. Again, I love the packaging. Kiko Milano are all baked as well. All their powders are baked, and you get a full-length mirror with everything. Okay, so let's go in with our blush brush, which is going to be from Real Techniques. And I'm just going to take a little bit. You don't need a lot, and I'm just going to, you can see I'm almost dabbing because that's how strong it is. Okay, and you can see it warms to the face. Don't be afraid to go for those deeper blushes. I was for a long time, but don't be afraid to do it because they warm up to the face. Whatever skin tone you have, just make sure you're going for the one that's right for you, and it will warm up to the face. And again, like I say, if you're ever unsure, all you have to do is again just use your clean buffing brush and just kind of warm it up to the skin, and then it kind of works for you. Okay. And that's it. That's it. Okay, so let's start with our primer for our eyes. I'm going to go in with the Putty Primer from e.l.f. I'm finding it really good. You do warm it up on your hand though beforehand, your finger, and it does really well. It's long lasting for your eyeshadow. So I'm just going to pop it here and bring it all the way up because I'm going to do a colour with you guys today. It's not anything I've thought about beforehand. And it just, it grips, everything just grips to it quite easily. It's kind of a skin colour too, so it doesn't come up white on your skin. So if you're wondering why isn't it showing, it's just because that's just the way it works. Okay, I do have their Putty Primer that I haven't used in a long time, and I should. I've just been using oils and those kind of bases, because as my skin is getting older, it's drying up a little bit. So I want that oil back in, the infused. So you can see why I use the oil-based Exceler today, because it's just given my skin that kind of glow, and that's kind of what I want. But the putty primer, in terms of keeping the makeup on, absolutely does. So let's do that. We've done our e.l.f. eye primer. So which one to use? Let's have a look. So we've got Beauty Glazed Saturn. Is this? No, this is Peach and Saturn, and they're super similar. I think one is just darker than the other, so I might go for the lighter one today. So the one that's darker is Saturn, and this is what it looks like. And you do have an unusual pink just kind of dotted in there, so that's interesting. So I am going to go with Peach, and this is kind of the same similar. You've got the kind of similar orangey pink in the middle. So I think we're going to get a nice kind of spring look out of this today. I've got my brushes ready. I'm just going to keep hydrating myself. Again, if you want any information on the Uplift or any products, do let me know in messages, or head over to my Facebook or Instagram, or just comment below, and I can always kind of guide you on products and things like that. So yes, Uplift is part of Juice Plus, and that's what I kind of do too. So anytime you've got a question, you can just kind of message me or ask me down below. So getting back to this, I thought this would be better because it's a bit lighter, and I didn't want to go for a deep maroon kind of look. I am going to start off with mascara at the end as well, and maybe think about lashes, but at the moment I'm going to stick with, so far, with my lengthening and voluming from Rimmel Night Today. So yes, so for my base color, I think this is the one that makes the most sense here. They're not named or anything like that. This one here, let's do a swatch. So that looks like, so I think we'll do that just above the crease. That's the crease color. So I'm going to get my, and this is the Menage 5116 brush, and I'm just gonna gently brush that across. I'm liking the colour payoff straight away. I barely tipped into that, so I'm liking the colour payoff. I'm going to bring that mirror a little bit closer. On this side as well. So you can see I'm bringing it out, but I'm kind of fading it out as it goes right into the corner, because I don't want that colour to go right in here. So that's the reason. Okay, and we're going to do that on the inside. So how has everyone been? It's a hard time at the moment. It really is. You know, everything going on in the world. It is. It's a time, and I never usually say this, but it is a time to pray. It is. It's a time to pray, because so much is going on that we can't control, and when that happens, it's just it's a sad thing, because we have to accept it. And when some people say, oh, I have to turn off the news, some people say, why? And it's not that they're doing it on purpose. It's because there's nothing we can do. It's out of our control. And so sometimes that can actually make you so stressed, but I wish there was more I could do. I know some families that are taking in Ukrainians, which is just amazing to do. I think it's an amazing gift for families that have gotten out and escaped, because it means a lot to them. It's a new life. It's a new life for them. It's a new start, and it's what people need. There needs to be more goodness out there. There needs to be goodness in the world, you guys, because that's what's going to keep the morale, you know, going. I know for us here in the UK, everything's going up. Electricity's going up. You know, council tax. It's just crazy. One of my friends even said what she's starting to do now is, and this is something I would never have done, it's just a little thing she's doing. So at night before she goes to bed, she's actually plugging out TV sockets. She's plugging out everything. And I felt like, oh my God, people are getting to that stage where everything's being taken out, you know, in terms of electricity to save. And, you know, my apartment actually is run on electricity, which is the first time ever I've been in a place where so there's no gas heating, things like that. Everything is run on electricity, the heating, everything. So it's really gonna hit me for sure. And what I'm doing is I like to kind of push it into the skin too, because you get a bit of a better, I find a better color payoff. So yeah, things are just out of our control, you guys. It just, you need to stay in a, I mean, you can call it a safe place. You do need to stay in that safe place because emotionally it is hitting us all, even if we're not directly affected, you know. I mean, don't forget, last August we had Afghanistan. You know, the men taking over or the war, you know, the civil war, and women being taken out of university because now they can't go to university. I mean, we had all of that last year, and that was a shock to the system. I mean, there's so many things going on, you know, and it's just, when does it end? When do we start to move on? When is there lessons that we've learned, you know? So all we can do is pray. That's literally, there is no real, for me, coping mechanism. You know, especially with me, and the kids are asking questions all the time, you know, so you have to be prepared. You have to be prepared for stuff like that. Okay, so that's warmed into the skin really well. And what's helped that is that and I do this with clients too, sweeping is great, but pushing it gently into the skin warms it up on the skin and gives you a shape, it gives you a direction. So if you're somebody who finds it difficult maybe, or doesn't really ever get right where they need to be, you can see how quickly I was able to just build that up, and all I'm doing, pushing it naturally in where it needs to be, basically. So that's kind of what I'm looking at. I'm loving it. They're not named, so the one we used is this one right here. Okay. So yes, I love it. So what I'm going to do, there isn't a lighter color, and I usually do put a lighter color on the inside. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go in with a little bit of glitter. So we're going to go in here with this, and I think it's gorgeous. So I tend to use my finger for glitter because it tends to come off a little bit better. So that's what it looks like. And I'm going to put that on the inner corner. Oh my god, that's gorgeous. Look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. Wow. That is fabulous. I'm really happy with that. I think that's gorgeous. I'm just, it's beautiful. I love these colors, guys. The payoff is good. It's blending. There's no fallout. The question will be if it lasts all day. I have had beauty glazed eyeshadows before, and they have lasted all day. So that's something to note, is that I do have other beauty glazed eyeshadows. Let's do that on the other side. I'm really, you know, I was worried because usually I do put like a lighter color on my lid. And I was like, there's not a lighter color in here, but actually the glitter has worked out really well. This one here, it's worked out really, really well. And don't be afraid to use glitter either, guys. Don't be afraid. It's all about, you know, doing something new every day. I'm going to double up on the glitter on this side as well. Okay, so now we're going to do like an outer deeper color to finish off, and I think I'm going to use this one. So we use this one on top. I'm going to use this one now. It's coming up a little bit lighter, but it's more of like a, it looks like it's kind of a lighter red more than a pink. It's coming off a bit pinkish on screen, but I think it's going to go really well with what we're doing. Okay. Or will this go really well? I'm wondering if this one will go really well. We will see. I'm actually going to use this one, guys. This one right here. I'm going to place it with the placement brush. And I'm just going to... that's good. I like that. Yeah, I love it. Oh, you can see what I'm doing, guys, can't you? I'm placing it. It's placing. That's kind of the key to eyeshadow, is placing and then blend. If you try to blend straight away, it's just not going to work out, and that's something you learn. That's something you learn. Okay, so now I'm going to gently blend, and I say gently because I don't want to kind of that glitter to kind of be, so let's just make sure we've got it clean, that glitter to kind of be overtaken. We're just going to blend out the harsh lines, really, that's all we're doing. So that's what I was doing with that. I was blending out those harsh lines because I didn't want anything to kind of overtake one another. And that is beautiful. It's beautiful. The colors are stunning. I know it's probably not doing it justice on the camera, but I'm looking in the mirror and it's beautiful. It's not too much. It's your own uniqueness. Don't have to go with everything kind of a brown or everything kind of like a cream. Just be yourself, really. And I think this palette gives you the opportunity to do that. They obviously have stuck to a color, kind of a color tone. Apart from this one, I think the rest are really, really nice. I'm going to go back in a little bit with that glitter, just to tap some more in there, and then work on the line here just to blend. So I'm working on just warming that up so there's not that harsh line. And I think it's a good look. It's it definitely warms up the face. There's other color options, so these are kind of more autumnal, but that's the kind of things I go for, colors, and that's what I chose. I did want something a little bit different in satin, but obviously I didn't realize the similarities are so similar there. And obviously you've got this one here, which is darker, but if you look at it, for me, the only thing missing from this one is the one I've just used in the glitter. And they've got some pinks, and there is a huge difference. I mean, if I hadn't used both, obviously because of COVID, I would have given one of them away, but I would have given it away, but I've used them. So, but yes, do choose one. So if you're like, I would love that maroon, then go for satin. If you don't want the maroon, then go for peach. But they have, you know, many other colors. There's a whole green set, there's a blue set. I mean, you can do anything you want. So what I'll do now is I'll do mascara and then I'll come back. Okay guys, so the mascara is on. I absolutely love it. I was looking at my lashes, and my magnetic lashes are on the way for my kit. So I thought I'd just use the day to night, so voluming and lengthening. And yeah, it is looking really good. I love it. I think the orange, particularly on certain skin tones, can really warm up the face. I think my face tends to look very pale sometimes with certain colors. But this has really kind of warmed up my face in terms of the color. I'm really, really happy. I would gladly do other, I'd actually put them in my kit. They're that good. Other colors would be amazing. I might try and build up the color range. They definitely do reds. I mean, like pure reds, bright reds, bright greens, bright blues. These two kind of just called to me, but I think my kind of area of color, or how I've always felt confident, has been these kind of colors on my skin, on my eyes. But I will definitely branch out. Everyone should branch out of their comfort zone. And I'm just so happy. For these kind of level, in terms of you know, low end, Beauty Glazed have never let me down ever. And for sure would definitely use these over and over. I will be getting other colors. Let me know what you think, guys. I am really, really happy. They've blended in really well together. There hasn't been any fallout when I've been doing my mascara, which is always a big telltale sign. But I've never had fallout with them before anyway. So yes, this is it, guys. Pictures will be on. Really, really pleased. I would highly recommend them, guys. I got them on Amazon. I'm not sure if Beauty Glazed maybe have a website, but they're not too, I think these were like $5.99 each. They may have changed since then, but I will kind of not link below. If I can link below, I will, but if not, I will say on amazon.co.uk how much they are, and then at least you know when you click on at the time how much to expect to pay. But yes, I'll show you the difference one more time, side by side. But I've never been kind of happier in terms of color, and I know that sounds crazy because I do have other kind of eyeshadows, plenty of eyeshadow palettes, but I just think, you know, the other thing I want to say is sometimes you look at a colour in a palette and it doesn't come off the same, but for me the colour payoff is huge. So today we've used peach, so that's how we've gotten that look. So yes, absolutely, highly recommend, guys. I hope you're all having a great week. It's the start of the week, Monday. Hope everyone's getting motivated for the week ahead. Do take a look at all my links below. I'll pop down my Facebook and my Instagram. And I hope you all have a great week. Take care, guys.